Hello YouTube. It's a very sad day today. In case you haven't heard by now, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, has passed away from pancreatic cancer. He was 55, I believe. It's very sad. But I'm not going to talk about the history of Apple or Steve Jobs or his life in this video. I just want to talk about my feelings right now because it is an emotional topic for me. First, let me get this out of the way. Mac versus PC. I am a Mac person. The problem is Macs are inarguably more expensive than PC computers. So budget-wise, Windows computers are a lot more feasible. But I've been using Macs all my life. I've gotten them hand-me-downs from family members. I like the layout of it. I like the feel of it. So I am a Mac person. So getting the news of Steve Jobs' passing was very emotional for me. I'll tell you where I was. I was actually at school today. Tonight was back to school night, and I was helping my robotics team sell food. We were selling pizza, water bottles, Snapple, and pretzels to help raise money for our club because we don't get a lot of funding from the district. So we were selling our food. Pizza wasn't going so well. The water bottles were selling really well. And then all of a sudden I check my phone and I have tweets from like 8 different people saying, "Rest in peace, Steve Jobs," and my jaw dropped. I didn't believe it. I went to the internet, I searched, and I saw, posted 21 minutes ago on some news site, "Steve Jobs dead." And it really didn't sink in. But I'm not going to say, oh, he's my idol, this is the most traumatic moment of my life that he's dead. It's not. But it is really sad. And I do find it really ironic that yesterday was the announcement for the iPhone 4S, and today Steve Jobs passed. To me, that's irony. So, when I'm upset or something, I usually try to solve it with humor. I find humor helps a lot, and I'm probably going to hell for this, but I tried to capitalize from it. We were selling our water bottles. We had a lot of them. So we would stand in the hallways, and we were selling our Steve Jobs Memorial Poland Spring water bottles. That's right, we stood there and we said, "Get your Steve Jobs Memorial water bottles. It's the iBottle, only $300. No, we didn't say that. It was $1, and a lot of people bought because of that, which I thought was really odd, that people wouldn't buy a water bottle, but we added a BS label to it and people bought it. But it actually was very interesting to see different people's reactions, because a lot of the parents, when they heard Steve Jobs Memorial, they were like, "Oh wait, he's not dead, is he?" And then we had to break the news to them, "Yeah, he died today." And some of them were like, "Oh, that's sad," and walked away. Some of them were indifferent. There were people who didn't know who Steve Jobs was. And I'm not saying this like some self-righteous nerd, "Oh, everybody should know who Steve Jobs is." Steve Jobs is a well-known guy, and the fact that there were people who didn't know anything about him. People don't know a lot. A lot of people don't know a lot about Steve Jobs. A lot of people, when you say Steve Jobs, think Apple, and that's all they think, and that's fine, because you associate him with Apple, as you should, and you move on. So there were those, but then there were a decent number of people, both some students who were helping out in the school, and parents and some teachers, who, when they found out about this, were really, really upset. These were the people who are very tech savvy. They know a lot about computers. They're very involved with that. A lot of Mac fanboys. And for them, this is so much more devastating than it is for me. For me, it's upsetting. I am genuinely upset because if you look at how far computers have come in such a short time and how much Steve Jobs and the Apple Corporation have played in that change, it's a big moment, and he died. I mean, it's not young, but he died early. Pancreatic cancer. It's a shame. So, I tried to use humor, selling our memorial water bottles, memorial bags of pretzels, and it helped keep me up. But I think about it and how much my life has been influenced. Again, I'm not trying to be all sentimental, "Oh, he's changed my life." No, but Apple products, the iPod, the Mac computers I've been using since I knew how to use a computer. My iPhone, which has been just so fun and so great to have. like revolutionary in smartphones, paved the way for all these new things that came out. And he's gone, and I'm sure the Apple Corporation will continue to release products and continue to innovate. But it's kind of sad just thinking that Steve Jobs, the originator, the creator of it all, is no longer going to be there. So, I know I rambled a lot in this video. I didn't really think through what I was going to say. It's a sad moment. I ask you all to think, just like on a daily basis, in some way, how Steve Jobs has affected your day-to-day life, whether it be just using a computer or listening to music on iPod, or even if you don't have a Mac, you have a Windows, iTunes, different ways to download music. It's tough. Thank you for watching. I'm finishing this video at around 10:16 at night, so I will still not be punished for Vlogtober, which is awesome. Also, I am getting a new camera. I'm getting an HD Sony camera. I can't exactly remember the name, but that means I won't have to be using the webcam off of my MacBook anymore, which is good. So when that camera comes, I'll make a video about it. And any other news? Yes, I will link to some other Vlogtober channels in the doobly-doo. What else? And yes, that's all. Steve Jobs, I'll see you in the iCloud.